try Forbidden Flame. This card is like a Doombringer. It's gonna help you get back in the game in 2 seconds. Its ability of deal damage to every creature equals to double your magic level is super good. It only costs you 4, and let's say you play that in turn 3, all the creatures take 6 damage. That guy was snowballing you, you put all those creatures in the field, and you knew, let's say, you knew you had Forbidden Flame in your hand, therefore you just play defensive creature, and you actually had a few other creatures in your hand, and he goes all in. So he puts all the creatures, you use Forbidden Flame, you get the advantage, the card advantage. Next turn, you just put those creatures back into play, and there's no ways coming back. I used to play Forbidden Flame and Doombringer together, and indeed, I would definitely at least try it. For 16, it's used in most of the other decks as well, so try it, it's really worth it. Moving on, Staple Fortunes, Auto Destruction for Inferno. It's the fortune that always does damage to the enemy. It's the only one that does that. There's others, but they're not that reliable. This one always works. What you want to do is that it's like Pergaments, because the ability is take a card from your hand and put it face down. It's like almost costs you a draw and a card. It does actually. So if you want as much possible action as possible, what you're supposed to do is you keep those Altar of Destruction in your hand, and let's say it goes to 6 HP. Well, you draw the remaining cards, and then you play your 3 out of the destruction you didn't play before, and then you finish them up this way. So really, this card is a finisher, and if you play it early, you're just gonna put the card you had before from your hand on top of your library, meaning you're gonna let less options. So it's better to finish up with Altar than play it at the beginning. Moving on. This card is amazing for a few reasons. There's a lot of unique spells out there that really makes a difference. If you play House of Amnesia, well, normally, let's give it a context, okay? There's that card called Magic Peddler, which actually is Tutor, so basically it's gonna give you the chance to get any unique spells into your hand. You know he has a unique spell. Unique spells are all overpowered, by the way, guys. If you have a chance of discarding a unique spell, do it every time. Therefore, you see he has one in his hand. House of Amnesia, pick it up from his hand to the graveyard. Normally a few decks really rely on those ongoing spells, ongoing uniques, or let's say whatever. The spell uniques are just that good. If you can make them discarded, it is super awesome. I used to play 2 of these, and it really works just fine, trust me. Of course, you can play the Fortune different option. It still works, it's decent as well. And if possible, I used to play the discard cards before one, and you draw 2 cards normally a turn, so it's not like Magic the Gathering, which you normally draw 1 card. Therefore, discarding a card and make them discard a card is not as strong as it used to be in other CCG. So try not to play too much of these Awesome Madness and stuff like that. May not be that worth it. So yeah, that's about it to get you started, guys, and see ya. Cheers.